Jungkook. I wanted to keep this a secret until we get married. YN. What? Your eyes widened. Jungkook. I'm joking. Relax, he said, seeing your shocked face. YN. Jungkook. Stop it, you said, smacking his arm playfully. Jungkook. So, as I was trying to say, I overheard your conversation on the phone that you wanted to get a taxi and I thought you were very pretty, so I decided to shoot my shot. Jungkook. There was only one cab in sight, so I got in hoping you wouldn't get out immediately and get another taxi. Jungkook told you, shrugging. YN. Wow, you did that on purpose, because you thought I was pretty? You asked, surprised, and laughed. Jungkook. Yay, you're very cute when you're angry. I couldn't help myself, he said, showing off his bunny smile. Jungkook. Do you regret meeting me? YN. No, not at all, you said quietly. He lifted your face by putting his hand underneath your chin and led your lips to his. 𝙁𝙗_𝙁 as softly as a breeze in the summer, as if he wanted to show you how much you meant to him. He broke the KSS, but you still stayed in the same position. 𝚁 ring a bit longer. YN. And why were you so cold to me on my first day of work? You asked, snuggling up to him. Jungkook. It's called professionalism, young lady, he said, making you roll your eyes again. YN. Fine, very professional, you said, chuckling. YN. You're going out with one of your employees. Jungkook. Watch your mouth, babe, he said, piercing you with his dark eyes. His 𝐷'Min4NT side really turned *du on. Maybe it's not that bad to go out with your boss. YN. Or what? You asked teasingly and got up from his L4P. He looked at you, confused. Jungkook. Where do you think you're going? He asked, pulling you swiftly back. Jungkook. You just earned the honorable task to organize the company dinner, he said, keeping you close to him. YN. What? I'm not an event manager. I'm good at research and numbers, you whined and pouted. Jungkook. Stop complaining. You asked for it and don't make me tell you twice, he said, when you wanted to protest. YN. Fine, but you'll be my date for that event, you said, crossing your arms. Jungkook. I would love to, he said, tugging a strand of your hair behind your ear. YN. Will we be fine? You asked quietly, what was really on your mind. Jungkook. Yes, I promise, baby, Jungkook said without hesitating. Jungkook. My parents will like you and I don't care what people think of us. YN. But what if they think I slept with you for your money or for my career? You said, looking embarrassed to the ground. Jungkook. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is you and me. You need to trust me, he said, holding your hand. YN. Phew. You exhaled sharply and combed your curled hair with your fingers. It's been ℏ3ll of a struggle to organize the company dinner for the last 5 days. You got so caught up in finding the perfect location and the right catering service that you almost forgot to get ready yourself, let alone buy a gown for the evening. But you managed everything and you were quite proud of yourself. You did a good job. However, it didn't help against the nervousness. You didn't know what awaited you and it scared you a lot. Either way, you had to get going now or else you might be late for the dinner you've been busy setting up. You left your apartment throwing a last look at yourself in the mirror and then took a cab to the location. While sitting in the taxi, you looked outside at the passing streets and had to smile to yourself because of the irony. Thanks to one cab ride you met him. You didn't know where your relationship was going, but you were ready for it. You never felt this way before. You never trusted someone so much to just let go of everything and let things happen. You sighed relieved as you arrived in time and paid the driver before you got out. You inhaled deeply and followed all the dressed-up guests inside. You had to pull yourself together to not gasp at how beautiful the place looked. Of course, you had chosen the decoration and the lights, but now that the guests had arrived and they were laughing and chattering, it had such a magical glow. You can be proud of yourself, sweetheart. A deep voice sounded behind you, and the next second you felt someone wrapping their strong arms around your waist. You jolted a bit, not being used to the way he showed affection towards you in public. YN. Thank you, Jungkook. You said quietly, carefully placing your hands over his forearms while you heartbeat fast. YN. Don't you think? Jungkook cut you off and said. Jungkook. Stop worrying, honey, everything will be fine. He mumbled and turned you around so you'd face him. Jungkook. By the way, you look beautiful tonight. YN. Thank you. You blushed and looked to the ground. Jungkook. So beautiful that I'd rather eat you than the food from the buffet. He said, making your head shoot up to glare at him. YN. Shish, what if someone hears you? You hissed, just wanting to wipe off the smug grin from his face. Jungkook. I'm just joking, he said, chuckling, and pulled you closer. YN. I deserve a raise, you scoffed, frowning. Jungkook. Stop talking now or you won't be getting any tonight. He said, gripping you by your waist firmly and shut you up with a street 34 𝚁 before you could open your mouth to complain. It was hard to break the 𝚁, but eventually you ran out of air and pulled away, checking if anyone saw you, practically M4K-ing out. YN. You have to stop FLRT-ing now, Jaeon. Jungkook. What if your parents see us? That would be so embarrassing. You scolded him, taking his hands off you. Jungkook. Oh, speaking of the D3VL, there they are. He gestured towards the back of the hall and you sighed. Now the time has come. Jungkook, they will like you, I promise. He said, placing his hand on your lower back for comfort. You nodded, gulping, and let him lead you to them. Mrs. Jaeon. Oh, good evening. I heard you are the brilliant woman who made this fabulous dinner. His mother warbled as soon as she spotted you walking towards them. YN. It's not that fabulous, ma'am, you said, chuckling. YN. Hello, good evening, I'm Kong. YN. You shook both their hands. Mr. Jaeon, nice to meet you. Where did my son find such a humble assistant? His father said, smiling at you ever so warmly. YN. Oh, I'm not. You wanted to explain, but you were interrupted by Jungkook. Jungkook. Mom, Dad, YN is my girlfriend, he said with sparkling eyes. Mrs. Jaeon. Oh, really? His mom said, and you noticed how her smile faded. Just for a second before she laughed brightly again, but you could feel how the atmosphere tensed up. Mr. Jaeon. Well, that's great news, his father said, patting Jungkook's shoulder, and said, Mr. Jaeon, son, I need to talk to you about something important. YN. Oh yes, excuse me, you said, smiling politely, happy that you could escape the situation. Jungkook. I'll catch you later, Jungkook said, and you nodded. You bowed and headed to the restroom. You sighed deeply and freshened up a little. You could do this. You just caught his parents off guard. They didn't expect this. That's why they reacted like that. You practiced your smile in front of the mirror and walked out. You bumped harshly into someone and stumbled backwards. YN. I mess. You wanted to apologize, but you were met with an angry face. You. She screamed, pointing at you. You blinked surprised and stepped back. You are a disgrace to your whole family. You WHR3. What do you think you are doing? She yelled furiously, and you gasped at her choice of words. YN. Whoa, excuse me, do we know each other? You asked, shocked. You were really scared of her. She might have confused you with somebody. Oh, you don't know who I am, She asked, taking a step closer towards you, and said, well, I'll tell you. You didn't know that what she was going to say would crush your world, but your happiness had to end eventually, right? I'm Kim Chae-soo, your boyfriend's future wife. She screamed and violently ripped off the sleeve of your dress.
I know you told your friends